Today I'm going to speak to you about the Peak Design 45-liter travel backpack. But before I get into what that backpack is all about, I want to explain to you what it's not. So I have here as a comparison the Think Tank Mindshift First Light 40-liter backpack. And you can see from the design that it has a lot of straps all the way around. It's a very bulky backpack. If you put it down on a flat surface, it's relatively sleek on top. But if you look at the harness system at the back, you can see it's quite hefty. Lots of padded components here at the back. Similar to the Peak Design in that it has carry handles on the top and on the side of the bag. But that's where the similarity ends. The backpack system at the back is so bulky that there's no way to fold it up if you are going to travel with this bag. But that's not really what this bag is designed for. The Mindshift 40-liter backpack is more of a hiking backpack. I bought this backpack so that I could fit in all my studio gear, my cameras, any long lenses, all the bulky equipment that just wouldn't fit into a smaller bag. So you can see the inside of this bag is like a traditional camera bag. It has compartments, dividers that can be removed or added as needed. It has multiple storage pockets on the top there, as any traditional camera bag does. And this one even has a long lens cradle, which is quite a handy feature. If you have a long lens and you need to fit a long lens in and on a travel trip. But traveling with this bag is not ideal. This bag is more designed for hiking and for outdoor enthusiasts because it has a really comfortable backpack system. In fact, the backpack harness system can actually be designed to be raised and lowered to the shape of or the length of your torso. So it's incredibly comfortable once you have it on and you're carrying a large amount of weight and you can be carrying that weight for a long time. Okay, so that's what this bag is designed for. In fact, it even has a water bottle bladder system over here where you can actually attach a water bottle bladder system inside the bag if you're hiking and getting thirsty on long trips like that. So that's what this bag is. Let's have a look at the Peak Design in comparison. When we look at the Peak Design on the table, you can immediately see how sleek it is, right? Let me flip it onto the harness side. This is the harness side. The harnesses are stowable so that the top of the bag is completely flat. In fact, they even provide a handle there so that you can lift the bag in that configuration. In fact, there are handles all the way around this bag. There's a handle on the side, on the back, on this side, on the bottom, and on the top. So no shortage of handles in this bag. The bag is designed from a material they call Coyote X-Pack. X-Pack is a material that is made from 100% recycled fishing nets, can you believe it? So if you are an environmentalist, environmentally conscious kind of person, this bag will certainly tick that box for you. So the material itself is ripstop. It's lightweight, it's durable. They rate it at something like 500 cycles of abrasions, of heavy abrasion. It's a 4-layer fabric that is completely water resistant, they say. In fact, it has the back layer of the fabric actually has taffeta, which is like a kind of a material that is resistant to tearing. So it's like a stitch support in the material. So the bag is extremely durable. It's not likely going to be ripping at any of the seams. The material itself is also, if you look at it, you can see kind of like an X pattern on the surface of the material. That's the X-Pack design. It's also ripstop, so no tearing, no lengthy tears are going to occur with this bag. The ways you can get into this bag, from obviously the side, we have a huge zip open compartment here where you can fully access the bag on the inside just from the side of the bag if you need to quickly get into your gear. And then we have a full zip compartment at the back of the camera bag. And that opens the bag completely so that you can actually get into the contents. Here you can see the full contents. This bag is a modular bag, and that's the key to its success. It's different to the other camera bag in that you can remove this module and then it's completely an open shell camera bag. So that's totally different to any other camera bag design that I have seen before. This bag has been around for a while. It's just this color, the coyote color, that is new in the options. But this shell design, and the bag actually has a bit of structure in it, so it's not actually going. It's not a floppy bag. It's not going to compress. It's got a bit of framing in here that's actually going to support the bag. It's not going to crush in on itself just because it's empty. But once you add this modular camera insert into the bag and shut it up, it becomes a complete carrying system for travel, for anything that you might encounter. So if you want to go on a multi-week international trip with your camera gear, you also need a space for your toiletries, your clothing, and other things you want to pack in the top of the bag here. You can do it with just this one bag. It's like a one bag travel system. I really love it, and it's ideal for international travel because of its sleek design. If you've ever tried to get a bag with big, heavy, bulky straps up into the overhead compartment of an airplane, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So often you'll try to shove something there and it just won't fit. It's just too bulky. The straps are all over the place. You're always trying to tuck the straps in. If you go to get something out of the overhead compartment, like a jacket or something that's chilling on the plane, you're gonna unwrap all those straps that you neatly tried to strap in there before. So this is actually where the straps are. They're underneath this magnetic closure on the side of the bag, and this is an ingenious part of the design of the bag. They have this stowaway system on the side of the bag here with rotatable shoulder straps. Have a look at this. So the shoulder straps actually rotate on a hinge at the top of the bag. I think it's a brilliant design because it makes it so comfortable to wear. When you have this bag on your back, it just conforms to your body as you're moving around. And the other strap coming out the side over here, you can see the waist straps actually stow in exactly the same way. Let me show you a closer up of this. The waist straps do exactly the same thing. They also rotate on a hinge right over there. And they're padded enough to be just comfortable enough to wear for long periods of time, but not too thick that they can't stow away in your bag. And everything is so well thought out in this bag. If you have a look at the waist strap itself, you can see it in itself actually has a storage compartment over there, right on the zipper compartment on the waist strap itself. Once you tuck that away, you can forget about it. If you're not carrying a heavy load and you just want a lighter weight setup, you can actually clip those waist straps away, and now you have just the shoulder straps out. Let me pull this out. You can see the shoulder straps are actually the same color as the X-Pac Coyote color on the outside of the bag. The inside is black though. So also resistance to wear. It's a very durable strap with loops on the outside if you want to attach something like a GoPro or keys or anything with a carabiner. You can clip to the outside of this bag as well. The sternum strap as well very simply clips onto itself on the strap over here. So you pull it off. I'm pulling on the wrong side. There we go. So it's not a clip-in system like other bags are. This one just simply clips onto the other strap over there just by kind of like a hook clasp. It's a system that they use throughout the whole bag. So instead of these quick closures that clip into the place, these traditional quick closures, they use this hooking system, which is totally different to any other bag that I've seen. The same hooking system is actually present on the external carry strap system of the bag. Here we have the external strap system that you can use to mount something, anything you want to the outside of this bag, like a tripod, equipment, climbing equipment, jackets, anything you can think of, you can mount to the outside of this bag. And you can cinch these down as well. They have adjustments at the top. You can cinch that down. You can see it's like an X configuration on the back of that. So extremely handy, and when you don't need it, they just go away. You can take them off completely, or you can just stuff them into the outside compartment, which has a magnetic closure as well. Magnetic over there. Everything that they've thought about in this bag is so slick. I mean, the design team that designed this bag must have taken a year to design this. This is absolutely magnificent. So the outside compartment of the bag, when you have a look at the outside zip compartment, it's a large zip compartment on the outside, has multiple pockets in the top over here, and then 2 pockets over here. Now, these 2 pockets are obviously just concealed to this compartment. So is this zip compartment. It's limited to access just via the outside compartment. This one over here, this vented one, however, this one can actually be accessed from the other side of the bag as well. So it's a through compartment. You can access it from both sides, right? So that is extremely handy if you need to access what is inside this compartment from the inside of your camera bag, right? Let me open it up again and go through what's inside. If you have a look at this this cube is called the medium camera cube. You get these camera cubes in various sizes. You can purchase a camera cube that fills the entire bag. You can purchase one of these that just takes up a third of the bag. They call that the small cube. And then this one is called the medium cube. So it's not the medium cube, which is a little bit bigger. This is the medium, which is just in between the small and the medium, right? I like this particular size of cube, because it's just big enough for a medium camera kit you're going to travel with. You don't want to be traveling with too much gear. So if you buy the large camera cube, it's going to take up all the space in the bag. You won't have space for any clothing or toiletries or anything like that. So using the medium actually frees up a lot of space in the top of the bag for toiletries and clothing, and maybe even shoes underneath the bag over here. So if you have a look at this medium, it has a big compartment on the top, and it also has side access on the side of the bag. So how that is useful is not only if you're carrying this bag as a separate item, but also if you're accessing the side of your camera bag over here, and if you line up this bag with the side of the camera bag, you can actually get directly into that little mini cube inside your bag from the outside without opening your bag. How brilliant is that? I love it. So one thing about this medium cube that you have to notice is that because it's a protective cube, the outside flap has an insert attached to it. So what you have to do is you actually have to remove this insert in order to tuck the flap back and position the bag inside your camera bag. So that's how I do it. I take that insert out, and then insert the bag into the camera bag. Let me zip this compartment closed here. And then you attach it with these clips. I'll show you what one of these clips looks like. There are 4 of these clips that are provided with the camera bag, and they're extremely well designed. I love the design of this. It actually has a spring-loaded secure system built into it. So you clip this clip into the side of this bag, and then you attach it into the camera bag like that, clip it closed, and then it's not going anywhere on the inside of the bag. I think it's brilliant. The design is just so well thought out. If you have a look at the inside of this bag, there's still loads of space for toiletries and clothing. At the top above this, lots of space there. Plus, in the lid of the bag, there is space for a laptop. In fact, the laptop compartment, they've gone so far as this, it's padded, they've gone so far as to design the laptop compartment to have 2 sections. So you can put a laptop in the one section, and there's a further divided section which you can put an iPad in. So the iPad will be protected by this over here, and then the laptop would be protected by the other padding on the back of this. The design that has gone into this bag is just absolutely mind-blowing. It's the perfect camera bag. And you know, there's one solution that nobody has really thought about. When traveling, often you'll go to take this on a plane, and somebody will have an issue with the size of the bag or the weight of the bag, and they'll want you to check it, right? And now you have sensitive camera gear and expensive camera gear inside this bag, and you don't want to check it because, you know, anything could go wrong with, you know, once you surrender your expensive camera equipment to the airline. So what you can actually do with a bag like this that's modular is you can open it up and you can take this cube out. You keep the cube with you. You take your clothing that is left in this bag, zip it closed, hand it to the airline, and say, there, check that. And now you have your sensitive camera gear with you. You can actually keep this with you on the plane, stick it under the seats. There's no way they're going to have a problem with a small cube like this, right? So now you've split the bag up into two parts, and now you've circumvented their objections. I'd much rather just check this and keep this with me than try to check a whole camera bag together. And that's what you'd have to do if you were working with if you were traveling with the Think Tank Mindshift 40 liter bag, is you'd have to check the whole thing. But with this design, you could just take this out and check that. It's just brilliant. I love it. Okay, so let's just put this back inside there the way that it was. This is how I had it. I had this in there like that. Close that up. So, standing the bag up, you can see it's quite tall. Let me zip this here. Standing the bag up, you can see it's quite a tall bag. So it's going to take up your whole back. It's not a small backpack by any means. This will not qualify as a personal item if you're traveling. This is a full-size carry-on item, and it can be reduced in size at the top over here to its. This is what they call the 35 liter configuration. When it's compressed like this, it's the 35 liter configuration. Then you can actually release it at the top here, so that it gives you extra room on the inside of the bag, and then you can actually further release it with these compression zips. When you do that, the bag pops out even further to give you more storage. It's like these wings that open up. Now in this configuration, it's going to be quite large, so it's only recommended if you really need the space, because that's going to be the largest configuration of the bag. This is going to be what they call the 45 liter configuration of it. So you want to compress it down. Maybe you can pack it, stuff it full of things, and then compress it. I don't see how you'd ever need to undo the size of that bag. You want to try to keep it as compact as possible. So looking at the further couple of design features that really make this bag stand out from the crowd, you can actually clip it so that it stays in that 35 liter configuration. It's got clips built into the inside of the bag that enable you, if I can get it, there we go, that actually let you clip it into that configuration. So now it's going to stay in that shape for you. So it's very, very sleek. On the side of the bag, you can see it has dual water bottle / tripod pockets over here, and you can actually use, there are little hook straps on the inside. You can actually attach that that strapping system that's underneath here. You can actually use that to strap a tripod into the side of this bag, which is it's just so handy and so well thought of, and they're symmetrical. So exactly the same design system is on this side of the bag. Doesn't matter which side you strap it, you can even use both. And then each side has an additional hidden pocket, which is brilliant. There's a hidden pocket on both sides. Plus, there is a identification pocket that is hidden over here. that you can stick your business card or contact details into. So that's going to keep your bag identifiable in case somebody loses it, in case you have to check it. Okay. All these zippers are weather sealed, and all the ones that could contain important things have dual zippers, which lets you lock them together just so that nobody can get in there. It's not going to stop somebody from, taking a bolt cutter or a pair of pliers and, breaking that. If somebody wants to get into your bag, they really will, right? These are just delay devices that delay somebody getting into your bag. Even if you put a carabiner between these two zippers, that's going to delay somebody getting into your bag. And that's the idea behind these dual zipper systems. The dual zippers on the main compartment are much more heavy duty. So much more heavy duty locks. You can actually zippers. You can actually put a lock in between these two zippers, like a more solid lock, so that nobody's getting into the main compartment where all your camera gear is stowed. They also provide a little clip system on this that enables you to thread these two zips together and clip it back onto itself, and that will act as a interim deterrent for just stopping people quickly, slipping their hand into your bag while you're sitting at the terminal, that kind of thing. So all in all, this bag is a unique travel bag. There's nothing like it. It's not a lightweight travel bag. It's built very, very well, but ironically, it's exactly the same weight as the Mindshift 40 liter. It is exactly, I weighed it. They both weigh 2.76 kilos or 6 pounds, both of them. So identical in weight, but far more functionality, right? A system that is modular. You can take that camera cube out and you can use the bag as a travel backpack without camera gear, or you could have your camera gear carried separately as a personal item, or you can take that cube out. Another way to do this is you can take that cube out, zip it closed. The cube itself has space for attachments for carrying it as a standalone camera bag. So imagine you carry this as a camera bag or as a personal item, and you pack this bag full of your travel gear, your toiletries, your shoes, everything that you need for the beach, like your full vacation travel backpack as one carry-on bag, everything that you need just in this bag. Then you have this as your personal item, and then as needed on the other side, when you deplane, you can go on vacation and use it in this configuration with minimal clothing, leave some of your clothing at the hotel or the Airbnb, and just travel with this bag like this or by itself. The options are endless. So this is really the perfect carrying system the most perfect carrying system that I have found. I love it. I'm very, very looking forward to using this bag on vacation. It's going to make traveling so much simpler for me. Just being able to compartmentalize everything. I think I'm actually even going to get another one of these camera cubes, a small camera cube, so that I can get even more modular, right? With this. That way, I can have the larger camera cube as one kind of gear setup, and with the smaller camera cube, you can put mics and whatnot in the smaller camera cube. Put it in another bag. Use that as a small travel bag when you're on location. So the options are endless for this system. I'm absolutely loving it, and I can't wait to use it. So join me next time for more reviews of more tech and gear. I'm pretty excited about this, but the next time I think I'm going to do a review on the new lights that I purchased. I bought a pair of Nan lights, FS300Bs. I think I'm going to get into that. I'll show you those as a studio option. That's different from the YouTube lights that I'm using right now. So that's going to be the next review. But thank you for joining on this one, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.